middleweight bout.
Ugh.
I'll tell you right now, the play of the week, Bo Nickal money line, minus 1,200. I'm kidding. If you're watching this video, please don't do that. Bo Nickal sitting at minus 1,200. Jamie Pickett plus 1,200. We all know the deal with Bo Nickal, big college wrestler at Penn State. Everybody knows the hype. If you don't know Jamie Pickett, hasn't had the best career in the UFC, to keep it light on him. But if you want the stats on him, he's 2-4. His wins are against Joseph Holmes and Laureano Staropoli. If you don't know those guys, you don't know them for a reason.
Right.
But all I have written down for Bo Nickal is like, he's going to have his way with him. Like, that's just all I could say. Like, this guy is insanely talented on the ground. And they're giving him a layup to start his career, which is fine. Like, you got to build him. I was listening to Chael Sonnen on Ariel Helwani's show, and he was saying, like, why isn't Bo Nickal fighting like a better fighter or whatever? You know, like, if you're saying he can beat all these big guys, just give him give him a title fight right away or whatever. I was like, yeah, well, I mean, that would be something. If he just gets a title fight at 3-0, that'd be something. But for Jamie Pickett, I mean, you see a line this big, it's like, I want to get behind the dog, but I just can't. Like, he's super hittable on the feet. He's not really good, like, anywhere. There's nowhere that he really excels. Maybe you could say, like, in the clinch control. He's pretty big, strong dude, 6'2", 80-inch reach. He's pretty built, but I mean, he gets hit on the feet really easily. Negative strike differential. 65% takedown defense. That's not going to help you out at all when you're coming against Bo Nickal. So it's pretty much like, is it by knockout? Is it by sub at this point? To keep it concise, is it by knockout or is it by sub? I would probably lean sub because I don't know. That's just what I feel like. That's just a straight feeling. What about you?
I'm not going to be surprised if Bo Nickal is a minus 2,000 favorite come fight time. I mean, Jamie Pickett, the UFC is obviously giving Bo a layup here. The UFC wants Bo to win. He's going to have a ton of marketability. He's going to bring in views. He's going to bring in the wrestling. You know, if guys in the wrestling community aren't watching the UFC, guys like Bo Nickal are going to bring those fans in. So this is a cash cow for the UFC going forward. They're not going to give him somebody who's going to beat him. And Jamie Pickett, if he's getting finished by Dennis Talulin on the ground, what's Bo Nickal going to do to him? I mean, it's going to be worse. And I actually like Bo Nickal by knockout here. Not necessarily on the feet, knock him out cold, but I see him dragging him to the ground. And Bo Nickal's got his submissions, and he's a good submission artist from what we've seen so far. But I think Bo Nickal says, all right, you guys want to see good? I'm going to get Jamie to the ground. I'm going to maul him, and I'm just going to make him cover up until the ref pulls me off of him. I see Bo Nickal coming out to make a statement in this one. First UFC debut. He's got the hype behind him. He's got the wrestling credentials to get it to the ground. And I think Bo in a couple of years is going to be in the mix for title contention. I really do. I mean, you just look at his accolades, what he did at Penn State. He's going to have the cardio to go with anybody in the division. 3 rounds, 5 rounds. I'm calling that now. I don't think we ever see Bo Nickal gassed in a fight. He seems super motivated and super focused. He doesn't seem like a guy that's messing around out there outside of fights. I think he's always in camp. He's always training every single day. He's got the recipe to be the next big thing, in my opinion. And Jamie Pickett is first on the hit list. I think it's going to be ugly. I really do. I'm going to say Bo Nickal inside 1.
Inside 1 minute?
Or 1 round. I'm not going to go that ballsy.
I want
Jamie Pickett a little credit.
I wonder what the line will be for, like, Bo Nickal first round finish.
He hit it in his second Contender Series fight. I think the first Contender Series fight, it was a minute 02 or 03. And the next fight was like 53 seconds. So he's always around that 1 minute mark.
Yeah, it was 102.
Yeah.
He's been in the
I know, because I had that.
He's been in the octagon / ring, whatever you want to call it, because he fought in Icon FC. He's been in there for less than 2.5 minutes in 3 fights.
And it doesn't scare me that he has that little of octagon time, because he's got so much experience in wrestling. And
Yeah.
A lot of times you're like, what happens if it goes past one? He's never been past one. I don't think it matters with Bo Nickal. I really don't. I'm calling it now.
No. And like on big stages too, like
Yeah.
people would come to watch this guy wrestle. He's been like, this isn't anything new. This was within the destiny of Bo Nickal. Everybody knew it was going to happen. I mean,
Right.
he literally just had to fight one time on the regional to get a contender series fight. And then at that point, they were like, no, we're actually going to use you to promote the contender series. We're going to make you fight again on the contender series. And we're
Yeah.
going to give you, who was it? Donovan Beard, who had already fought on the contender series. I think he had. No, yeah, never mind. I'm tripping, but we're gonna give you Donovan Beard, and you're gonna submit him, which was a nasty triangle choke. Like that was impressive how
Yeah.
he
The transition.
transitioned to that. Like wow, yeah, the skills are there, and I'm gonna say less than a minute. I'm gonna go
I like
less
it.
than a minute. Are you going over or under a minute?
I'm gonna go. I'll go under 2 minutes. I'm gonna go in between 1 and 2 minutes. I don't know if I could pull the trigger on the under one. He might play with his food a little.
Yeah, he could. I could see him kind of just dancing around for like 15
Yeah.
seconds or so.